Wow, look at that beard.
What?
That's a nice.
I was gonna say I was looking forward to seeing Aces because I'm like I saw the picture that he posted like sitting and looking at right here. I actually screenshotted it so I could heckle him.
Did you really? I had to give the people a break, dude. I had to give the people a break. I had to give some people a chance.
That's outrageous.
Dude, it was so red.
Yeah.
It was so red. But hey, so are y'all on vacation right now? Or are you just what are y'all visiting or what?
So I'm just visiting. It's just me. Emily had clinic up in Nashville, so she's working all weekdays this week. So I came down. I'm just hanging out. I'm working remotely down here, and then around work, hanging out with the family and stuff. So flew in late last night. So I was up to like probably 2-3 a.m. just shooting the bull with them and catching up, and then tried to get up for work this morning. But
when was the last time you hooped?
Probably like a month ago. I mean, I'm not doing it all the time, but
You've been out there getting buckets, George.
I mean, I guess, yeah. I've done more coaching than I've done playing in the past year or so. Like I'll occasionally go and like try to find some dudes at the Y that'll get some runs in or something like that. Like the pickup in Brentwood, the Brentwood Y.
You've been going to the Brentwood Y?
Every once in a while. Mainly the Green Hills Y though. That's where I work out. So I've been doing that. I've been coaching a group of kids in the WNSL for like a couple years now, actually. Just to.
Okay, before we get into too much.
Yeah.
Before we get into too much, we gotta welcome into the Mind of a Coach podcast, featuring George Brammeier, episode 55. What better person to bring on?
Number 55 himself.
Number 55
himself.
I mean, we thought about maybe Jason Williams. You know, we thought about some other 55s, but I don't think there's another 55 quite like Rojo himself, George Brammeier. George, how are you doing?
That's outrageous, Nick. I'm doing wonderful. You guys doing good?
Man, great. Alive and kicking, man, as always. Alive and kicking.
So before we go on anything else, you were talking about WNSL. Tell us a little bit about your coaching going on.
Oh man, I get on them. It just kind of happened organically. Like I was at the Green Hills Mall one night and I saw 2 kids wearing Garrison Matthews jerseys, and I'm like, I love Garrison, but I don't know too many people going out and spending money on Garrison Matthews jerseys right now. It might change now that he's playing for the Celtics and everything, but I'm like, what's the connection here, you know? And they're like big Garrison fans that went to all the Lipscomb games, and they're like, hey, you played at Lipscomb? Yeah. You trying to coach? We've been looking for a coach for ages. And I'm like, why not? And so, I mean, it just kind of turned into a good thing. It's a good group of kids. And so I think that was probably 2 years ago now. It was pre-COVID. And so, I mean, I get on them, man. It's fun. We do WNSL. We have the most gaudy, like, Miami Vice, like, pink and blue jerseys. We're the only team in the whole league that has custom jerseys, and they're the preppy Brentwood, like, everything. So it was great.
Hey, Jay, chill with the Brentwood slander.
Amen.
Damn,
I
just ruined that.
No, you're fine. All right, so hey, tell me for a second. So your transition, we're going to kind of work backwards this episode because we've already started talking about what you've been doing, a little bit of coaching. Obviously, you're working for HCA still, correct?
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how you felt getting into coaching, coming from playing a lot of college basketball.
Man, I'll tell you, it's kind of fun. It's kind of apples and oranges. It's because I went from playing college basketball, being on the player side, playing at that level, to coaching middle schoolers that a lot of them didn't make their middle school team, and they play basketball just because they love basketball. Mm-hmm. Some of them had aspirations of playing in high school, and so I worked with some of them individually to try and chase that goal. But it didn't pan out for the majority of them. And so the only reason that they were on the court was to just play the game. And from that perspective, it was pure. And so I really enjoyed it. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was lighthearted. And so there was a little bit of a transition where like college was so like tactical and intentional and deliberate and elite. This was just fun. We just went out and it was just like the purest form of it. Now, granted, a lot of them, I mean, they may as well have just like tied their left hand behind their back. They couldn't jump off of the correct foot for layups. Like it was exactly what you picture bad WNSL basketball to be. But yeah, it's been a good thing. It was a good thing for me to experience the other side. You know.
Did you ever play in the WNSL?
Oh yeah, did you?
Yes. Yeah. Hey,
Nate was probably the WNSL hero, man. I can already see it. He was probably out there.
Not
Asa. We both played in the WNSL, dude.
You did? I don't picture you being the WNSL guy, though. I think
I played in every league around Nashville.
This is true.
You're right. That's probably why you're like the most popular guy in town. But I'll tell you, Nate, every team that completely trashed us, which is like 99% of the teams we played, had one dude that was smaller than the rest that we could do absolutely nothing about. That could just shoot the heck out of the basketball. I mean, dribble us in circles. One team was really bad. They had twins. They had twins, little dudes running out there. Like, so yeah, no. I just pictured Nate. I'm sorry, Ace. I didn't mean no offense.
Hey, no.
Well, now that you hear his logic, Asa, obviously it's because I'm short. Is what he was saying. But I appreciate it, George, that I'm a WNSL legend. Maybe.
Bucket. Certified.
Maybe. All right, hey, so go back a little bit further. All right, so we talked about that transition. Tell us a little bit about your journey in college, like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior year. And obviously, I hope your foot is doing better now because that foot was a booger, wasn't it?
Both of them, man. Both of them. It was bad. But, yeah, I don't know. I can say that I can look back at my college career and say that I definitely progressed as a player from my freshman year to my senior year. I could say that I did take strides as a basketball player from A to B. I know I got stronger over those 4 years. I mean, I look at my freshman year, and it was hard to get into the game and find a way to meaningfully contribute my freshman year, and to contribute meaningfully, to actually go out. And I mean, I remember my freshman year, it was meaningful to go out and just get a basket, to go out and just go 1 for 1. You know, I wasn't playing a lot, and so I kind of had a couple coming, I had a couple games at the end of my freshman year toward the conference tournament where I started playing better, got some more shots and everything. And then that turned into my sophomore year. I think it was up in Ohio at
Akron.
Miami of Ohio.
Miami, Ohio. Yeah. Miami, Ohio. Yeah. We
lost
went
all
up
3
there.
games,
Oh, it was bad.
Yeah,
we played
lost,
Miami of
yeah.
Ohio.
We
We beat FIU.
Oh,
FAU.
FAU. We did beat FAU.
We did. We beat FAU. Yeah.
Northeastern was cold that year.
Because remember, Northeastern was the year after they had made the NCAA tournament. And they had played somebody really close. Anyway, keep going, George.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, it kind of the progression from the end of my freshman year to my sophomore year was there. I got my first double at. I remember Casey was saying something about that. Like, I remember him. He was looking at the stats and slapping the stats in his hand. He's like, "That better be the first of many, boy. Like, you better give me more of those." So, I mean, that was a good feeling. And, sophomore year wasn't that strong for the team. Selfishly, it was good for me. I started the majority of my games in my college basketball career my sophomore year, which speaks to how weak the team was, I think, our sophomore year.
No, don't downgrade yourself. Don't downgrade yourself.
And then junior and senior year, I mean, we saw the team grow from a talent perspective and a grit perspective. You saw guys come in I battled every day against Rob. And, I can say I attribute a lot of my growth as a basketball player playing against him every day, because in a lot of ways he was very different. He was much quicker, way better toucher around the basket, and just savvy. And I needed a guy to play against like that, where you guys remember me, freshman and sophomore year, giving everybody and their mom a concussion during basketball practice because I was just a bull in a china shop.
Yeah, you're throwing an elbow into somebody.
Yeah, Brett was sidelined like half the season because of me.
Well, Brett's head was a magnet.
Yeah, Brett had about 10 concussions throughout college.
Let's not talk about concussions. Continue.
Yeah. So
I didn't. My bad. I didn't.
No, didn't I accidentally? I mean, speaking to how big of a klutz I am, I remember like throwing a ball across the court and shoot around and like tagging you in the head, because like.
Is that what knocked him out? What knocked you out for a month?
No, when I got knocked out for a month my freshman year, it was we were doing like 1 minute shooting, and I was rebounding on the main basket on, I guess, the south end of Allen.
Yeah.
And Chad Johnson and I were rebounding.
Yeah. And
it was literally like before going to Kennesaw State. So like our third or fourth, I think it was our fourth game in conference. And I get a ball, and I turn around to pass it, and I pass it, and I turn back to go look for the ball, and Chad Johnson just drills me in the face, and I'm like, and Will, like, all of a sudden is like right beside me. He's like, "Hey, you don't look good." I was like, "No, I'm fine. And all of a sudden I hit my head the next game, or at Kennesaw, I hit it on the ref's knee when I went into the paint.
Yep.
And then I was like, "Mom and Dad, I'm not feeling well," and I was out of my.
And this dude was not in the room he wasn't in the room for a month. Hang on, I forgot that Chad did that, because Chad gave me this scar on my face that I had. This was like before preseason. Chad Johnson gave me this.
But let's go a little further. Chad Johnson, by the way, love Chad Johnson. So Chad, I hope you're watching this. Chad Johnson, before our pictures, literally the day of, we practice and then we have pictures.
Yeah.
Chad is running. We're doing 5-on-0. And I'm like getting out to the side to outlet it. And he starts running on the wing and drills me in my face. And I have this big old like red bump on my face. And I go and take pictures. So my freshman year picture that ended up being on like above our locker for like 2 years was I had a big old bump on my face.
Hey, George, I have a question. And I know we got but was college basketball what you expected, or was it different?
That's good.
You know what you kind of know what I'm asking? I think I phrased that poorly, but I mean, was college basketball what you expected?
You phrased that perfectly. I'm just slow and tired. I'm thinking, I think in a lot of ways I was prepared for Division I basketball to be exactly what it was at Lipscomb. I think, I was prepared for the intensity of the workouts. Like I'm not saying I was physically prepared as like an athlete. I feel like I needed to get better condition and I needed to get in and get strong. Obviously, I showed up out of shape. I mean, but like, I think I was mentally, I was expecting it to be as tough as it was. At times I was expecting the workouts to be as tough as they were and as intense as they were. And I played against good players in AAU. So, I mean, playing against, good players also in and of itself wasn't that big of a surprise. I think it was actually, to answer your question, I think it was better than I expected in a lot of ways.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I could have expected to early on when I was like, before I even began getting recruited in high school, I don't think I ever could have expected going with a school to the dance, to March Madness for the first time with that school, like ever. Not did I ever like see myself going and doing that. I know it was the end goal was to get there and to do that, but doing it for the first time with the school in that setting was special. So I think in some ways like that, it exceeded what I expected.
I think, dude, sorry, Nate, I know you got some. I think, man, I tell people that all the time. It means, not that it doesn't mean anything if you're at a place that has a history of going to the tournament, but when you're the part of the first team to do it, it just, there's another element, it adds another element to it that most people do not get to experience at all, even if you make the tournament.
Sure. And
to me, I think that is one of the most valuable things that came out of, what we were able to do as a team.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. And there was a level of poetic justice because growing up, I grew up in Chapel Hill before moving to Florida, and my sister was born at the University of North Carolina, and my mom's life was saved probably several times, we could say, at the University of North Carolina because of her Crohn's disease. She had several surgeries, so we got really familiar with that whole area, with that campus. And so it was my brother. You said, yeah, it's like poetic justice. It's like you went with your school. I'm talking like I'm the big deal. I played like 4 minutes, but like went with your school to March Madness. Went with your school to the dance for the first time, and then you played against the school that you always grew up. You grew up watching Roy Williams and like looking at Tyler Hansborough and watching his game and stuff like that. And you got to play against them as the last game in your career, and then tie the bow on it. You're done, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and from that perspective, for me personally, it was just like another level. It was insane.
That's awesome.
That's wild.
All right, I got to ask one question about your college career.
Okay.
Who was the toughest player you ever had to guard?
Oh man, that's such a tough question. I think Chad Lane may agree with me that going to Texas freshman year.
I said Miles Turner or Prince eBay.
Yeah, I would say, oh man, so Prince eBay was good, but I was also younger in my career, and I was going up against a guy that was like NBA ready.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was like it was unreal playing against that dude. He was bigger, stronger.
Is that who you're talking about, Prince eBay?
No, I was talking about Miles Turner.
Oh yeah, I mean that dude. What did he go in that game? Like 11 for 12.
Yeah, that was like Miles Turner's breakout game. Like he hadn't been scoring that well, and then we come in and he has like 26.
Well, he went like 11 for 12 from the field, and it was like all mid range baskets.
All mid range, like
It was little
he came off the bench.
Like, it was like little turnaround puppy shots, like right over like. I remember trying to guard him, and he would be facing away from me. He would jump vertically facing away from me, and then just, I mean, the purest old like baby hook right on the top. And I'm just like, all right, I've been on the Vertimax, but I have not been on it long enough to be able to do anything about that.
Hey, to go off that, who was Austin Peay's center? Our sophomore.
Oh my good!
Because he gave us.
He was
business.
Unreal. He was unreal.
Because he didn't miss a no, didn't he go 15 for 15 or 16 for 16 for like 37 points?
He had like
or something?
37, 38. Goodness gracious, what was his name?
And because they made the tournament that year, they were like the 8th seed. They beat Belmont.
He was a pogo stick too.
Yes.
What was his name? Yeah. I can't remember what his name was.
All right.
We'll have to look. But what I was gonna say is like how did guys in the ASUN compare to guys in the Big 12, like a Miles Turner?
Like the elite of the elite?
Yeah, like obviously Miles Turner is even like there's Big 12 and then there's Miles Turner, right? But like just like going up against that size and athleticism, but still like having to go against like Rob Marbury's in practice who are not as physically gifted, but know how to play the game of basketball very well.
Yeah.
Like, what did you struggle more with, or what was easier for you to guard?
So it was a little bit of both, and I'm going to sound really political because I found that players were either really savvy, and I compensated against both the same way. I fouled, and I would drive Casey crazy. Like if a dude is going to try to outmuscle me, I'm just going to muscle you back until one of us gets called for something, you know?
That is so
if a guy
you could not have put that
fancy, like if a guy tried to get fancy and try to give me footwork, I would just hit him. and it's like it would just end up being a fouls. And so I would say to both of them, you know, if players, and that's the thing, players at the Division I level, Akron had a center when we played them that I don't think was technically very sound. He was definitely not very athletic, but he was a behemoth, and he had great touch around the rim, and he worked, you know, got angles before he caught the basketball. So when I remember the scouting report was just like, you're just going to muscle this guy. Well, it didn't matter. He used your body against you better than anyone I played against.
Yeah.
But then you had guys like Miles Turner. He was not tremendously physical. I mean, Mo Bamba was definitely not as physical, maybe even as Miles Turner. But they had the height, the length, and the agility, which was even harder to guard. And I responded. Yeah, and I just responded to both. I just hit you and got fouled.
I will say this. George is talking negative about himself right now, but I'm going to say this. There's nobody that guarded ball screens as a big better than George Brammeier on that hard hedge.
I'll tell you what,
get that
if there's one claim to fame in my college career, if you heard ice coming from behind, it was solid. You had nothing to worry about. It was solid.
I swear, every single time in practice, whenever I'd see you coming on the hard hedge, I was like, all right, he's about to get a hand on this ball. I don't know how, I don't know why, but he's going to come after me.
Well, we played Belmont our senior year, and that happened. I tipped the ball, and I got the ball at midcourt, and I take 2 dribbles, and the whole gym was like, okay, he better dunk this or do something with this. Like, this man better rip the rim off, and I'm so tired. I get in, and I barely just drop it in over the top.
I remember
this. It still haunts me to this day. George, you should have ripped the rim off the basket. Well, I was so tired, and Casey pulled me out, and he's looking at me like, man, that was terrible. he was like, great play. That sucks. Like, we had the momentum, and that was just driven it through the roof, and it was like, all right, cool. Anyways.
No, we lost it. And we won that game.
What year was this?
We won that game. Senior year. We won both.
Yeah, we won both games that year.
Yeah. Hey, so that was going to lead me into another question. I'm getting off a little bit, so this will be quick, though. You still ripping rims down, or what's the deal here? You showing the little kids how to dunk?
I'm still toting like the rim grazer package. I can dunk, but it's awfully pathetic to see me try to do it with my height, because I can still do it. But I definitely am very gravity bound. I have a desk job, Nate.
I'm about to say, I know you've been working out, George.
George.
Hey
man, as of late, I've been slipping as of late.
I was about to say, I miss seeing in the left hand layup line, going off the left foot and cocking it back with the right hand and throwing it down.
That is long.
Head at the rim. So I just want those kids. I need you to get back in the weight room, get some leg workouts. I know you don't want to do those now because you got the best job, but I need to see you back on that rim.
Hang on, George. I'm sorry, but I have to say this. How about your tip dunk after the whistle at Florida Gulf Coast?
Oh, dude, that pissed me off so bad. I got so lit. I mean, my family was there, and they were like, I mean, everyone was like, yeah, oh, okay. That was traumatizing. That would have been like the highlight of my career. I know. I got down and I was hyped, and you guys were like, that didn't count. Like that, that was almost as bad as, and it happens not frequently, but it happens once in a while. But like Nate, pump fake, dribbles toward the top of the key, and he's got the look in his eye like, okay, I've got my guy pinned. He's going to lob it over the top. This is like at GCU. It may not have been the same game, but I'm underneath. We're running 4 out. And Nate's looking at me. He's looking out the corner of his eye, and I knew what's going to come. And he throws it up. I'm ready to go get it, and it just goes shoop, nothing but net. And they push it. And everyone in the gym was like, "Count it."
No, that was our sophomore year. Okay, so I kill dribble it. So I looked at it. I took one dribble up. I kill drilled it, and then I kill dribbled it, and then I threw a lob, and I hooked it in. And then Casey was so mad at me.
What? It didn't.
Yeah.
It went in.
Yeah.
But he was still pissed. He was still pissed.
All right. Hey, I do have a question. What was, and I know we talked about Lipscomb and kind of, what was, as a high school senior signing to go play college basketball at Lipscomb, what was going through your mind?
I can't wait to get out of Florida.
Yeah.
And so it was a little bit of that, a little bit of getting some freedom. It was. I had really high expectations for what I was going to get out of Lipscomb, and I think I did that. I feel like whatever I was trying to accomplish there, it was made available for me to go and get it. So I think, coming out of my senior year, it was kind of finishing. We didn't finish strong. There was some really competitive basketball in Hillsborough County that year. We got creamed in the district tournament by the school that my high school coach currently coaches at, which is Plant High School, which is historically a pretty good high school athletically in the area. So I can't say that, like, coming out of high school, I left on a high. I know a lot of guys finish on state championships and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, you guys. Very nice. Nice shirt.
Is that what that is?
Hey, I'll tell you what, man. Winning an 8A or 7A high school basketball tournament championship in Florida, that's a real deal right there.
Yeah.
You got to be good. I'm not like who point you've done, Nate, but I'm saying the teams that do that in Florida, bigger states, it's just, we would have had to beat guys that were like, high major, if not high major, NBA.
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Hey, George.
So it's like, we got bounced in our.
My fault. Keep going. I apologize. My bad.
No, you go. What you talking about? Go.
I'm kind of spitballing right now. So to somebody, you're coaching these kids. What would you tell these kids who may or may not have dreams to play college basketball? What would you tell them the best thing about playing college basketball is? What makes it worth it?
You come out on the other side, I think, a better person. I don't know. I think you go through something like that, you learn something. I see it at work. You learn something about working with people, working with a team, communication, and work ethic, obviously, and grit. Like you don't get, but you're just a normal student. You can't just kind of fudge your way through it. And so I think that what I would tell them is like, that's the philosophical, like, philosophy major talking, but it's like if you go into it, you know that it's gonna be, you're gonna have highs, you're gonna have lows, you're gonna have wins and losses, but you know that, like, through it you're gonna make some of the best friends of your life. You guys you might make that list, but then if you showed up to my wedding reception, you would make that list. Not
I was there.
The ceremony.
We need to have some fun in a little bit. We'll tell some stories.
Okay. But yeah, I would just say you come.
I was there, George. Just to be very clear.
I know you witnessed it.
No,
you
I made the reception.
He was like,
yeah, exactly.
The ceremony. I wasn't late. I straight up missed the ceremony.
Surprise! Asa missed the serious part and showed up to the party. I'm just saying.
I didn't miss it. I was trying to get there. I really was. I was trying to get there.
Atlanta
has like
all right.
1,500 streets.
Anyway.
Atlanta has like 1,500 streets called Peachtree. I didn't know what was what.
There are like 1,000 peach trees. But anyways,
thank you.
Yeah, I would tell them the best part is not just winning one game or anything like that. I think it's the whole process. I think, seeing yourself get better, working with the team and all that kind of stuff. So
all right.
Anyways.
What basketball, well, I don't know where I'm going with this, Asa. What sticks out most to you? What sticks out? Okay, I'm gonna have to totally rephrase this. My fault, George. All right. What sticks out to you the most about your college experience on or off the court? We'll take the NCAA tournament out of it.
Okay. That entire senior year was pretty crazy for me. I graduated at the end of 2017 before Christmas. I get engaged. We beat Navy, and I fly to Florida immediately after that and propose to my now wife. So I get engaged, and then we have a great conference season, and then we win the conference championship, and we go to the NCAA tournament. I think those like 4 to 5 months and then getting married that summer, I mean, that was like, 2018 was just insane. And it was just one thing after the next. It was just a series of highs, you know, and so I look back at it and I think it ended about as well as I think I could ask for, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for that.
All right, here we go, George. We always like to have some fun at the end of the episodes. Would you like to do some rapid fire questions with us?
Talk to me.
All right, here we go. Have you gotten? Please tell me you have not gotten a technical coaching these young kids.
No technical.
Oh,
no technical.
Have you ever gotten a technical during a game?
I'm a professional at calling timeouts when it's the other team's possession now. I'm a professional. But the refs, I've kind of built some rapport with the refs, so they're like, he's all right, you know, just like check the ball in. But anyways, yeah, no technicals. I'll break the rules.
Though.
But
what about playing?
In high school, yeah. College, I don't think I got technical.
Oh, okay.
Had a baby.
All right. Now, did you ever get kicked out of a game in high school?
No.
No.
Had a baby. Had a baby.
Right, there we go, George. Hey,
I don't know about this one. Do you want to ask?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you take this one.
Are you sure?
Take it.
Okay. Have you ever dunked a basketball?
On a 10-foot rim?
On a 10-foot rim?
Yeah.
Not against Belmont. Crap. But yeah, I have. Yeah.
I
was about to say, you definitely dunked a basketball. There's no doubt about that.
That's a good answer. All right, philosopher. You're up. Your team, you are up 3 at the end of the game. The other team has the last shot. Should teams foul or let it play out?
Let it play out.
Let it play out. Why?
It depends. Are they old or young? Are they mature basketball players? Can they make the right decision?
Yeah.
Let's say.
Am I allowed to answer the question with a question?
Yes, they can.
Played out.
Okay. No, they can't.
Wait a minute. What?
No. I'm giving you both sides. You said, are they like old or so? No, they can't make the right decision now.
They can't. I'd probably call them a foul.
Really?
I'd probably call them a foul. I'm assuming if they can't make good decisions that.
What if they foul a 3-point shooter?
On the way up.
Then I need to quit. I don't know. There's your answer.
No, that was good. That was good, George.
All right, George. Are you going to leave when you're a high school coach and you've been at a high school for 30 years? Are you going to leave your best player in the first with 2 fouls in the first half, or take him out?
Leave him in.
Leave him in. I like it. I do too. Coach King told me that, honestly. He was one of the first. Everybody before Coach King always took like 2 people, like their best, with 2 fouls, just immediately out. Coach King was like, no, they got 5.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, you got 5 to use.
Yeah.
Now maybe if you have 3 fouls, I'm definitely pulling you. Well, I can't lose my best player for the rest of the game.
Yeah, at that point you're managing. I think 2, maybe 3. Definitely, he's got. Just to make sure that he's got a gas in the tank. But I mean, if he's your best player, I feel like there's a trust between coach and
100%.
player.
I also think there's what are the assignments? Who do you have him guarding? I think you can switch him off to somebody. Like, if he's one of your best defenders and you have him on the best player, like, move him off to a shooter.
Yeah.
There's some ways to get around it, but maybe not always. So, like, I guess it's also situationally based.
Yeah.
Leave him in.
All right, George, you're going for the tie or going for the win?
Go for the win.
There we go. All right. Yeah. You going casual or professional on the sidelines?
Oh, let me answer. He's going professional.
Me? I'm going so cash, bro. I asked my players when they got these stupid Miami Vice blue, pink, crazy jerseys.
Hey, don't hate on that color scheme. That's an awesome color scheme, by the way.
Dude, it was dope, but I got my own so I could wear their jersey on the sideline, just opposite colors, so they didn't pass me the ball by accident.
That's hilarious. All right. Answer this as a player and as a coach. Early morning practice or evening or night practice?
Early morning.
What? Both ways?
early morning.
Y'all can have that.
Get up.
I love you, George.
Get it in. Get out.
Just guess what we're gonna
Yep.
have before we practice.
What are we gonna have before?
Oh,
Coffee,
Yeah.
George.
I said breakfast.
Yeah.
That was silly. You know who we're talking to right now? We're having coffee, George.
Sometimes it's early enough where we couldn't unless you could brew it by yourself. I mean,
That's true.
so early that Starbucks wouldn't be open, and trust me, I would know. Continue.
George, I'm an avid coffee
This
drinker. Not avid, but I like coffee a lot.
We need to sit down over a brew, Asa.
Yeah. Yes.
Coffee, bro. Coffee for everybody.
We certainly do. All right. Let's see. This is normally where I would ask if you were not coaching basketball. What is your are you doing your dream job right now?
As far as I know, yes. Okay. Do I think there could be something out there that's more of a dream job? Yeah.
What is your, like, when you were growing up, what was your dream job? Like, some people was a fireman, NBA player. What would have been your dream job? It
would be a physician, but my wife's got that one. She called dibs on that, so now I got to figure out what I'm doing.
Gotcha.
All right. You're not playing any golf, are you?
If you can find left-handed clubs big enough for me and buy them and or rent, I will play. But I swing a golf club like a baseball bat. So
that's my problem.
Not a lot of fun.
Should every team make the conference tournament?
Should every team make the conference tournament? No.
Why not? The A-Sun did. We were in a conference that everybody did.
Do you think they'll?
It's kind of hard to do that.
I think a couple more teams. Yeah, I think they may go away from that.
Yeah. Anyway,
sorry.
Keep going.
My answer is no, and my why would be no. It's like, I guess you could give the teams one more opportunity to play, but I don't know. I feel like if you immediately cut and trim the bottom 20% of teams out, then you're going to have a more competitive tournament.
Yeah.
More worth watching. So anyways.
All right. Okay. Hey, I got two more. I got two more for you. One is a question that Nate's doesn't know yet, but I got two more. So this last one that I normally ask is LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Why?
He was the first to do it, man. And then we can talk. And then my fallback would be the age-old argument. Let's talk rings, and that's it.
All right. Okay. Next, this is. Forget about that question. Here's my last one for you, Mr. Philosophy major.
Hold up. I got one before you.
Okay.
Jordan or Mo Spates?
Mo Spates.
Yeah, there we go. I knew it, George. I knew it.
Yeah,
I knew it.
I've met Mo. I haven't met Michael Jordan yet, so.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying. God. I knew it. Go ahead. Ask your philosophy.
We're talking. Yeah.
Can God make a rock that is too heavy for him to lift?
And then lift it.
And then lift. Yeah. Isn't that the question?
Yeah, that's the question. Can God make a rock? Yeah, we're living on one that he made, Asa. I'm just kidding. It's good. I'm going to go easy on you. But, so you have to Google logical voluntarism.
This is.
Okay?
Logical what?
All right. Logical voluntarism. I think, and this is going back to like freshman year philosophy, okay? I'm Googling it.
These are the questions, ladies and gentlemen, that George would propose to us at lunch in the cafeteria. What is it? Yeah, can God make a rock that's too heavy for him to lift, right?
Yeah, so if you want to picture me outside of basketball practice, it's at Starbucks, either talking to my wife to be or thinking about if I can make a big rock and then lift it. And my answer, you basically have to ask yourself the question, can God break the laws that he made? If you look at he built the world for us to live in. We live by these laws and these rules. Is he strong enough to break his own rules. If this is just a board game and God can just mess with the pieces, sure, he can do that. If you think that he's confined by that, I don't know. Is there anything scriptural to back this up? I don't know. But yeah, that's kind of up to you to decide, I think. That's kind of something. But there's a lot of people would say at the end of the day, it's a nonsensical question. You're not really answering anything. You're just trying to back God into a corner. Oh, I got you, God. You can't lift a rock.
I am absolutely in that camp. Anyway, I wanted to give the people the taste of the conversations that you and I had till 2 a.m. On some nights.
Many conversations like that.
Many conversations. Well, George, man, we appreciate you coming on such short notice, dude. Episode 55. Nobody else we'd rather have Mr. 55 himself. Are you still on social media?
I mean, I'm an old soul, so Facebook.
Okay.
Yo, Asa stays on Facebook, just so everyone's aware. Everything that ends up on IG ends up on Facebook. And I tell you, he gets more love on Facebook from my mom, from Mickey Marbury, and
my mom probably.
Everybody is just, I mean, but so yes, I'm on social media.
I'm an old soul.
I'm right there with you. So Facebook, LinkedIn are the main ones where I live on.
There we go. Well, all right, as always, you can find myself on Instagram at DAceSpade with T on the end. You can find myself on Twitter at Coach Asa Spade. You can find Nathan on Twitter at Coach Nate Moran. You can find us on Twitter at Mind of a Coach Pod, and you can also find us on Instagram at Mind of a Coach. George, dude, 55, man, we appreciate it.
Love you guys. Take care.
Love you, man.